Thank you, Thrive Market, for sponsoring this video.
This was such a close call, and now we've got a huge mess to deal with. Look at all this. This tree, if it was just if it fell just 3 feet over in this direction, maybe 5 or 10 degrees, it would have smashed my van. And if it was just a little further, it would have destroyed the side of the house.
I wanted to show you guys my Thrive order this month. It's different than most months. A lot of times I get a lot of snacks and some body products, but this time I got like all of our body products, mostly mine, because I found out that they sell Mad Hippie, which are, as you guys know, my favorite face products, and they are so much less expensive at Thrive. If you don't know what Thrive is, it's an online membership-based grocery store where you're guaranteed savings on every order. The membership is month to month, it's $12, but if you get an annual membership, it's $5 a month. They guarantee savings, and if you don't make back in savings the cost of your membership, they will credit the difference back to you. I started using Thrive because there were certain products I couldn't get locally when I lived more rurally. And now that I do live close to a lot of health food stores, I still order from Thrive because I really like their prices. You can actually go to past orders and you can look back and see how much you saved on each order and what item you saved on. For instance, one of my favorites, this David's toothpaste, is usually $10 or $11 locally. I got it for $8.50. I saved multiple dollars on every single one of these items compared even to Amazon. And I didn't just trust the app. I went to Amazon and compared the prices. So this face cream is usually about $27. I got it for $21. This serum is usually around $30. I got it for $26, and on. Every single item I saved on. I got some more Everyone's lotion. We buy this all the time. We go through it like crazy. I did get a different scent this time just to check it out and see if we want to expand. I got our usual shampoo and conditioner. Don't forget that orders over $49 ship free. Another great thing with Thrive is that you can shop by diet. So you can go on their website or go on their app. I highly recommend the app. You can filter out by the diet you're on. If you're gluten-free, if you're paleo, if you're keto, and you can just filter that as this is the diet I'm on, and it will only show you the products that fit with your diet. Thrive is having their biggest sale of the summer. And if you shop through my link, you also get 30% off. Or you can go to thrivemarket.com/breathe-from-scratch. You're going to get 30% off your first order as well as a free gift worth up to $60. Now I'm gonna take all of my new Mad Hippie products because I was out of a lot of stuff, and I'm gonna go use them right now. Here, Mommy, help me. Yeah, just a second. You guys want me to get my wedding dress down?
Yeah, she wants to look at it.
Oh, grab it. Okay.
Open it.
Open it.
Actually, don't bang holes in it.
Yeah, don't bang holes in the box, okay, baby? You excited to see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. Did you get to see it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, Joyful, you should put it on and show it to her. It doesn't fit me. What do you think, Truly? Is it beautiful? That's funny. Really interested to find out what's going on out here. Truly, are you a little flower girl?
Yeah.
You look beautiful, Joyful. Absolutely beautiful. What do you think of that amazing dress? Do you want to see a picture of Mommy wearing that when she got married?
Yeah.
Okay, let me go get it. Come sit beside Mama.
Mommy,
Don't step on
it
it.
actually fits me. It's like long enough.
Who's that?
You.
That's Anna.
That's Anna.
There's Mama.
That's Mommy.
Who's that and that?
What's that?
And Uncle Chris. Let's see. Let's find a picture of Mommy and Daddy. Here we are. Here we are. There's Mommy in the wedding dress.
It looks wider in that picture.
It doesn't fit me anymore. What am I doing? What are we doing? We kissing?
Yeah. Mom. Oh, look at Peter and Chris or Jeffrey,
I know, they're so young.
and they have blonde hair.
Blonde hair.
Like what? They have like highlights.
What's Daddy doing in that one?
No. What's that? Mommy, in the golden.
Mm-hmm. Do you know where this is at? This is at Grandma and Grandpa's house.
Yeah.
But there wasn't a house there then.
No, there was no house there.
I was great grandma talking to Asia.
Great grandma's in there.
Who's that?
My daughter and I were out. We came into the house, put the pizza down. We were serving it out onto plates, and everyone was sitting down. When out of the corner of my eye, I saw someone in the front yard of Brianna's house. And I said, "Oh, that's the neighbor." And he was walking away from the house. And I stepped out. He asked me, "Do you have a saw?" And I said, "What?" And he said, "Do you have a saw?" And I was puzzled, and I took a few more steps. I walked down the stairs, and then I saw the driveway was just covered. And I said, "No, actually, my saw is at the farm in another county, and I would love to borrow your saw for like 10 minutes, just so I can clear my van, so I can get out." So he brought over his big chainsaw, and I worked for about 10 minutes and cleared all the small stuff off my van, inspected my van for damage, and somehow this van is not damaged. I don't even, there were branches on top of it. It was one of the branches that was on the van that I cut off. That was sitting on the van. It's like, what do you do with a massive tree when you're in the suburban yard? We could hire someone to come out, but what we're gonna do is try to save the money. I shifted my work schedule. I'm gonna take today off. We're gonna break this thing down, try to burn as much of it as we can. We'll stack the rest for kind of campfire wood. There's these big chunks of sappy wood here. I'm gonna grab some of these. Ask for better weather and timing for this. I do need to move this plastic cover off this compost, otherwise it will probably just melt. Just make sure everything's clear. Good morning. Show me what you found.
Where's that beetle go?
I don't know. I don't know where that beetle went.
Shut up.
There's about 5 feet of clearance to the compost pile. 10 feet to that compost bag. It's about 14 feet to the greenhouse.
Dad, can I put this in the diet?
Sure, you can put that in the fire.
Look, get in my mouth. You're my dad.
I'm your daddy. You gonna get more?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I saw the tree, I was in shock. And then I realized it didn't hit the house. It didn't hit either of our cars, somehow. It fell perfectly where it couldn't damage our vehicles or the house. So yeah, my first response was super stressed. And then I kind of realized, okay, like nothing bad happened. It's just a big mess. But I am kind of stressed still about, are there other trees that need to come down? Because there are a lot of trees around the property that are very tall and could easily fall on the neighbor's property or on this house. Yeah, it's pretty stressful actually.
Okay, so walking between the fire and the greenhouse, it's warm here, but it's comfortable. I don't need to like step away. I also realized if the fire gets a little too big, we can just put the sprinkler just on the greenhouse. But this is about how big I want to keep it. And I think if we just keep burning, we'll deal with most of the brush. Wow, you guys are doing so good. Brighton, amazing leadership. Problem is, I don't have a chainsaw here. And it's about 3 hours to go to the farm and back.
Did you see the runaway wagon, Dad?
No.
Ro tried to go down this hill by himself, but I told him not to because it was pretty steep. And I had to like run down like as fast as I could before it got to the neighbor's like car.
Good save.
Pull it out.
Okay, so it's been 3 hours now since we started the fire. We still have the chainsaw, no chainsaw problem. I do have this though, circular saw available. It's not designed for this kind of work, but it does, it gets the job done on the small stuff. So much of this stuff is gone. We put a huge dent in it. This whole pile's gone. Conundrum, which is, I was running the sprinkler on the sunflowers. Brianna said, hey, I want to harvest potatoes today. You're gonna flood the potatoes and make it hard to harvest.
Well, can you not put the sprinkler right here and then let it go up all the way on them, and then it won't be on the potatoes?
I think that's about perfect, just the way it's set up.
Really?
We just changed the angle of it, so it's mostly hitting them and not going over into the potatoes.
Have you seen those bright blue, like electric bluebirds? Are those bluebirds? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Are those bluebirds?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I've never seen a bluebird before the other day then.
It might be an indigo bunting, so look that up.
I'm gonna look that up. That would make more sense because it's an electric blue. I mean, I need to look up.
It's probably an indigo bunting.
I think we've reached older person status because we are talking about birds and we're talking about how to save our sunflowers in our garden. It's the simple things in life that bring the most joy though.
Something my son Justice said a few minutes ago while working, and I completely agree. At least there's something exciting to do. What I mean is, after I realized the tree hadn't damaged my van, I actually was excited because at Brianna's house, it's hard for the boys especially to find meaningful, exciting projects. But this one just presented itself to us. There's a pretty high level of urgency. It's a very important job. It's something new, and it's hard physical work. Even though it's a mess and it's taking a lot of time most of the day, I'm actually pretty excited this happened. It's really nice to do this work together and have this project, and actually everyone's enjoying it.
I don't expect a great harvest because the plants died super early and they were planted late too. All right.
Potatoes.
Tiny potatoes. They didn't get very big. That's kind of what I'm thinking is gonna
so bad.
be the situation this year. Oh, bummer.
Look how
There's
cute
hardly
this is.
any.
Look,
This is
Mama,
a
look how cute
terrible
this is. Mama,
harvest.
Mom, please look.
What?
How cute this is.
Oh, that's a tiny grasshopper. Good job. Hey guys, listen. I want to talk about digging potatoes. Please be careful because I don't want to destroy the bed. Don't throw it. Put it in gentle. Potato.
Let's get in the car.
Let's get it in the cart. Okay.
Take it. Do what?
If you come to this side, you can get it.
Oh. Mommy, why get the baby? There's water.
At the very bottom. Good. Now pull. Pull hard, pull hard. Oh, good job. What's at the bottom? You threw it on the ground. What's at the bottom? What is it?
Potatoes.
Yep.
Potato.
Well, at least you're happy. I did use our potatoes from last year to plant, which isn't a big deal. People do that all the time. But they had grown eyes that were like this long. So they weren't super fresh, you know what I mean? And you can get multiple harvests of potatoes. Like you could plant potatoes right now and get another harvest. But I think from what I read, the earlier you plant them, it is better. Something about the temperature of the soil helps grow the tubers bigger. And because these were planted almost in summer, well, no, it was still spring, but anyway, it was a lot warmer because it was so late. And some you lose some, and I kind of knew this year wasn't going to be awesome, but I didn't expect it to be awful.
No potatoes.
There's some right there. Besides just about harvest, the ones we are getting about half eaten up, which is most likely voles, which tells me we're most likely going to need to grow potatoes in a different way from now on if the voles have found the garden. Okay? Don't throw them, remember? We're going to be so gentle. So far, the last about 4 or 5 plants, every single potato on every plant has been eaten. You can see right here, this is what we're dealing with. Those are the vole holes there. And every time I dig under one of these plants, I feel that hole running underneath every single one of them. This is one with significantly less damage. Some of them are almost completely eaten. Well, let's keep going and see if we find any good eating in here. Right now, it's a big dud. On the same plant, I found this one, and this one has pretty much been completely eaten. I'm actually starting to wonder if there were more potatoes on these plants because the voles, I'm finding little pieces of potato everywhere, and they're eating the entire potato pretty much. This is the grand total of our harvest that is edible, and actually some of the ones in here aren't edible. Like that is not edible. That's not edible. There's a lot of inedible ones in here as well. It's not just the voles, but a lot of it was the voles, and I thought of a new expletive. Vole hole. Every time I was digging under a plant, I feel a big old vole hole. I thought, there's another vole hole. So, there you go. Anytime you're mad, you can just be like, what a vole hole. Oh, terrible harvest. I've never failed at growing potatoes. So it's good humbling experience. And I will say this, thank you farmers. Because of the farmers in our country and because of places like Azure Standard where I can order bulk food, I can go buy a couple 100 pounds of potatoes for my family for the winter. Usually I grow, you know, a couple 100 pounds for us, but this is maybe 20 pounds of edible potatoes. It's very sad. Remember last year this thing was overflowing, and that was just the first round of harvesting. But what's cool is there's always next season.
You can call me all sorts of names for going out and buying this. Go ahead. Just do it. But this is what I was looking at. This is going to take 3 hours to drive to versus I can spend less than an hour running out and getting this. I've always wanted one of these things. This cost $40 at Harbor Freight, and I know a guy who had one of these, and he brought me pieces of like a 2-foot diameter tree once that he cut up. We'll see how it goes. I've always wanted to have one just for little close-in yard trimming and stuff, so it's not so loud. Chainsaws are like the most dangerous thing you can buy.
Hey Daddy, can I use that without even training?
No, you can't. Let's see how this runs. It's surprising. It has a surprising amount of power, honestly. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. So the whole end is suspended. That means I can chunk down all this and take all that weight off, and it shouldn't go anywhere. All right, the first full girth cut on this tree. Yeah, that was fine. That went okay. All right, I think I'm done for now. I've gotten to where the tree is pretty significantly, it's a couple inches bigger than the length of the bar. And I've gotten back to what I believe is the neighbor's property line where the tree came from. And that's just brushy woods there. So I think I'm just gonna leave it right there. Cut off a thin layer for what? What for? I'll try. The blade's starting to cut a little crooked. I'll try that. Tell me how old that tree is.
63 years old.
63. Cool. That's crazy. If that was a white pine of the same diameter, I would guess it'd be closer to 30. Okay, I'm just gonna work down some of this stuff into smaller pieces. Okay, I'm done with the so-called chainsaw. That smells so good.
Oh, we're making bacon, homemade French fries. We're making burgers. We got naked babies over there, so don't turn the camera. Okay. Once you're dressed, you can.
Alright guys, big stuff is gonna stay here. I'm gonna stack it. I'll stack it all up on that hill. I'm gonna make a stack so we can split that for campfire wood later and put it under the porch. So you don't have to move any of the big ones. All of this stuff we're stacking with firewood under the porch. It should probably be in a little bit of a separate pile. And that's the stuff Mama can use for raised beds. Everything else, the scraggly bigger stuff, and all of this, the driveway we need to sweep, is going onto the fire. Thanks for making an awesome supper. I am so hungry.
Thanks for dealing with that tree. Instead of lemons into lemonade, actually we did that too. We turned potatoes into French fries.
That's awesome.
After a terrible potato harvest.
Oh yeah, the potatoes.
How's your burger?
Walk you in the shed and see how you feel about this house after that.
How's your burger?
Perfect, I made it.
How's your burger?
Honestly,
Amazing.
Whoa, whoa! It's like it never happened.
I mean, kind of. Are you surprised?
I didn't know it was gonna be so clean.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm totally surprised. I've been cooking for the last few hours.
True. Yeah, we got it cleaned up. I couldn't have done it without the kids.
I thanked everyone for their hard work. And you too, but I just thank the kids. I know I make dinner every day, but that's why I went like all out. I even got marshmallows in case we had a campfire tonight, but I don't think we should do that. Just because I knew you had all this wood. But that's why we did all the french fries and salad and burgers and bacon on the burgers, and I made lemonade. I just wanted to bless everyone for such a good job. It feels miraculous that that tree didn't do any damage.
Yeah, I agree. It's pretty amazing.